Hey, I'm going to make this quick. This is a message I got yesterday after I said something in a video, and I think it could impact you. And if so, I want you to follow suit like this messenger did. I'm going to keep their identity anonymous here. I'm sorry I had to cancel my membership. It was only $2, but I'm on disability. It's getting harder to budget what I need. I debated a couple of months because if I could afford to, I'd give a lot more. The message at the end of one of your Wednesday shows finally let me see that it was okay. I still hate it. Thank you for the support you've given, even though you shouldn't have been giving to support this channel if you're on a disability, if you're on a fixed income. No, I say that all the time, and I mean it. There's a lot of people on YouTube who have channel memberships, who have merch, who have different fundraising mechanisms to support their work, and I'm no different. I guess maybe I am different in the way that I don't want your money if you don't have it to give. I want you to take care of yourself. It is what is paramount. It's what's most important, absolutely. So if you're in this situation, cancel your channel membership like this person did here, right here. I'm not going to encourage you to cancel on somebody else, but if it's me, cancel your membership if you're in a tight spot. Here is 45 seconds of what sparked this, and take it to heart. I mean it. If you don't have the money, cancel your membership. There are other ways to support. Anyway, here's what I said yesterday, and then we'll get straight to the video. On the note of supporting independent media, if you have an extra $2 a month, if it's extra and you could throw it out the window and you'd like to help support this on a monthly basis, please do. Not if you're on a fixed income. I do not want your money if it is painful or sacrificial in any way. Take care of yourself. That is what's most important, especially in these times. If you're giving right now as a channel member and it's painful to do so, turn off your channel membership. Please, please. But if you have $2 extra a month, become a channel member, click the join button below, or go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Donald Trump brought in a new era of goonery with him. He has imbued with confidence, unearned confidence of a litany of characters who are not just radicals and conspiracy theorists, but dangerous types. And Ivan Raiklin is one of these people. I think he calls himself like Donald Trump's minister of retribution or secretary of retribution, some just fucking nonsense. And apparently he's was in the army, or he faked like he was a Green Beret or something. I don't know much about the guy, but I do know he traffics and runs around with both General Flynn and Mike Flynn, the disgraced piece of shit general who's now a conspiracy theorist, QAnon weirdo, and Roger Stone, another ne'er-do-well, if there ever was one, who both forwarded the idea that the 2020 election was stolen. They're all just cowards, Ivan Raiklin included, acting like he's a tough guy, just in his diminutive stature that he is. It's overcompensation. He feels bad that he's a little guy. He feels bad that he's bald. They can't just be proud and supportive of who they are as human beings. They have to compensate to cover for their insecurities. It's all very weird and gross. And this guy takes it a step further. In this clip, he's going to threaten the life with the death penalty of a CNN journalist, telling him, well, we're going to find out if you're on the list of retribution, because you also will be guilty of treason. And all of these idiots act like the only punishment for treason, the only consequence that you get for treason is the death penalty, as though all kinds of people have been convicted of treason against the country and not put to death. And this guy has power. This guy has influence in MAGA world. This guy could very well spark someone, motivate someone, incite someone to actually commit violence against Donie O'Sullivan, this CNN reporter. It's a remarkable moment that I guess is going to be covered on some show he's doing. Maybe it airs this weekend or something. I don't know the details of that. I'm not here to promote CNN's lineup, but I am here to talk about this. So watch this clip. It's him talking to this dipshit, Ivan Raiklin, and then it cuts to him in studio with Laura Coates, who I love. Watch this, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
You mentioned Pelosi. What do you think she would be charged with in this scenario?
I mean, it's a simple statute. This is treason.
Treason?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would like to see at the end of the due process, lawful capital punishment.
Will you be disappointed if in 12 months from now somebody hasn't been executed for treason?
I think the nation will be furious.
He says even I could be a target.
I'm not sure yet if you are or are not on the deep state target list because I haven't consumed all of the information that you've put forth to determine what your status should be.
Well, we've been hanging out
As we ruin you.
As you what?
Just like you ruined us. An eye for an eye. Look up Leviticus as a Christian man.
Joining me now to discuss, CNN senior correspondent Donie O'Sullivan. I'm just going to pick up where that very tense and strange moment left off just now. I mean, you heard some threats, the idea of ruining you. What was going through your head at that moment?
It really is the friends you make along the way, isn't it, Laura?
Okay, I think you need to redefine friendship, Donie, but go ahead.
What we're trying to do, what we hope to do in this episode of The Whole Story is just really show, and by the way, this month is actually the 30-year anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing and Timothy McVeigh, and really just trying to give our audience a sense of how really mainstream so much extremism has become and just how easily many of us are becoming radicalized. I mean, if you think back to Oklahoma City, Timothy McVeigh was in part inspired by the Turner Diaries, a anti-Semitic white supremacist novel. At the time, that was sort of difficult, somewhat difficult to get your hands on a copy of that. Whereas today, now, we have basically the equivalent of the Turner Diaries and worse being served to hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of us through algorithms, through social media. And what you see, that gentleman that I was speaking to there, you would have noticed in the clip that we were interviewing him, but he was also streaming on his social media. This is a very common thing now. But he's sort of one of these MAGA-type world influencers who is just very openly, clearly as you can see there, calling for violence, calling for, as he says, retribution.
Unapologetic and quite clear, and wanted this to be broadcast, going from, I guess, talk about extremism, hiding to hiding in plain sight to here I am and I stand for this.
Okay, well, one, I love that Donie O'Sullivan, they're laughing at this clown. But I would say this and warn Mr. O'Sullivan that these people are serious. I mean, this guy is trying to put on a show for you, but he knows, because this dipshit, this coward, Ivan Raiklin, he's not going to do anything himself, but he knows his words could incite someone, might incite someone. Probably, there is a probability that it could happen. And that's what they count on, is that the unhinged, conspiracy-laden MAGA land will do their dirty work for them. As he talks about, I don't know if you're on the deep state target list because he's the one who makes the deep state target list, haven't consumed all the information about you. And we will ruin you like you ruined us. What are you fucking talking about, you goddamn moron? Threatening. These people act like, again, breaking out the Constitution, they act like they have fealty and loyalty to this document. This guy, if he was in the army, he raised his right hand and swore an oath to this document. And yet he's threatening this journalist for practicing and exercising his First Amendment right under the Constitution. Again, I'll say it again and again and again. The only occupation listed as protected in the United States Constitution, in the very First Amendment to the Constitution, in our Bill of Rights, is the free press. And yet Ivan Raiklin, super tough guy, sits there and dishonors his oath, his solemn vow before his God, as he quotes Leviticus. Ugh, disgusting, dangerous. I get enough of the threats, some credible, some not. But I wonder how many of the people who threaten my life and threaten to rape and kill my wife have been animated by this guy or people like him. This is Donald Trump's world that he has manifested. This guy is a high priest in the cult of Donald Trump. So I'm glad Donie O'Sullivan and Laura Coates can have a laugh over it, because it's laughable, but it's also serious. Anyway, what do you think? I invite you to this conversation. You can comment below. That'll help the algorithm to share this content with new possible subscribers. Maybe Ivan Raiklin will be one of those new subscribers, huh? That would be fantastic. And you can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054 or email daily@dollemore.com. Both of those, the phone number and the email address, are the locations at which I received those death threats. What are you going to do? Follow me on social media. I guess that's another place. All these publicly facing identities, they caused me a problem. At Dollemore, I'm on Blue Sky and Instagram and TikTok and not on Twitter, Threads, Facebook, all of them at Dollemore. Anyway, I'll see you next time. I appreciate you. I love you. Be genuine. Take care of one another.